Hello everybody, welcome back to today's episode of Virtual Truck Driver Daily. Today's episode is number 450 and it's called Me and ProMods. So I'm going to give you a rundown of the run sheet and then I'll explain to you what's happening, because obviously this video is like 7 odd minutes long. So we are currently in Flensburg. We're heading to Hull because we're going to go home to Grimsby and then start again with the UK, doing more UK work this week. So it gives me more chance to talk about things. So it's 193 kilometers because obviously we're going to use a ferry. As I've just said, the drive time is severely affected by the ferry, and it's 22 hours and 28 minutes of in-game drive time. We're carrying 20 tons of meat. The trailer is a payware mod from Renault, and his details are in the bottom in the description. The way he works is you talk to him through Facebook and PayPal and things like that. I use 3 payware mods from Renault, so the Grey Adams trailer, which at this point in time is currently being reskinned to DDS livery. I'll explain why in a moment. Well, over the course of this week I'll be explaining a lot of things are falling into place. So obviously today is ProMods, but yeah, just back to Renault a minute. I used the Schmidt's custom turbo, which is the one I'm pulling now. It's like a flower trailer you see in the Netherlands with the sliding doors and the solid side and things like that. I used the Schmidt's SKO. It's got a tail lift, and then I used the Grey Adams trailer, obviously. Now I need to pause this recording because I need to check if my dad's back, because my sisters are on Easter holiday this weekend, this next 2 weeks. So yeah, I've got to try and sort it out when I can voice edit and voice over and things like that. So I'm going to stop the recording here and I'll be back in about 2 seconds. See you in a minute. Hello guys, welcome back. This has been a 2-day gap in between the first voiceover section you just heard and this section now. So I've been through the run sheet with you all, and I'm going to start explaining some things now. So when I first started in the ETS2 community over 4 and a bit years ago now, I used ProMods map 1.4, and I'm going along, I think it was 1.4, I'm going a long way back now. And then ever since then I've always used ProMods. I'm not going to lie, in my opinion it's the best map mod. So I'm going to explain why this episode's called Me and ProMods. So about six months into my tenure with Swift, I went straight into the community at Swift. Yeah, Swift was my first VTC, and it was like day one for me in the community. So about 6 months into that tenure with Swift, I started voicing my love for ProMods, and I came across a wonderful bloke called Nico. Now you're probably going to know Nico, and you're going to know the name and what he is. So I've been talking to Nico, and it has always been my dream to have ProMods support. And over the years, obviously, we've grown with VTDD. I've grown into a more respectful, more mature person, because when I first started in the community, I was picking fights with everybody. And I want to put my hands up here and say, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I was a complete dick, and I apologise unreservedly. At one point I was actually sacked from Swift, and then they let me back in on a deal that I'd do no more fighting. And when I mean fighting, I mean like comment wars on pictures and things like that. So yeah, I logged my hands up, shouldn't have done it, was a dick, nearly cost me everything, it's not worth it. So obviously since then I've been talking to ProMods, been interacting with them. Obviously I'm doing VTDD as well. So what I'm trying to get at is now that ProMods, I approached ProMods again a few months ago, and I've been working with ProMods. Obviously if you look at the channel art, it's Virtual Truck Driver Daily in association with ProMods. That is now something I can talk publicly about. Now some of you may notice that the playlist on the YouTube for Virtual Truck Driver Daily changed a few months ago. It's now called Virtual Truck Driver Daily in association with ProMods. So I'm associated with the ProMods group, and it's absolutely amazing. It's something I've wanted for forever, and it's something I've worked really hard for. I need to say thank you for Nico. So the association started whenever I started doing the custom thumbnails again, because I wanted to get that just to make sure I could use the logo and not get in trouble or anything. So that was all sorted. Obviously, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I tweet them every second day out in the description and on the video on Twitter. And yeah, basically they've come on board. They've agreed to do a shout out every so often for me on the Twitter. If you want to talk to me or the ProMods, if you want to talk to me, then use the hashtag Team ProMods. That's capital T, capital P, capital M, and I'll just search that hashtag and I'll answer your questions. So it's like a new sort of way for me to interact with you guys, and you guys to interact with ProMods. You can still use the hashtag ProModsFan. That hashtag's brilliant too. So things are starting to fall into place. So this week I'll be explaining everything, because starting from May I'm going to be redoing all the I'm going to be re-editing all the YouTube graphics, the whole YouTube graphic for my name, my van and my profile picture. I'll be working on that ready for May the 1st, and then we're gonna go and build some amazing work ventures together, and it's going to be really good fun. So stay tuned for this week. I'll explain everything. I'll explain what's happening with the channel as well. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I just want to say thank you to everybody for your support as well over the last few weeks. The channel blew up with the videos last week, absolutely amazing. Thank you all for the support. I hope you stick around for this week, and I'll be explaining more things over the course of the next week. So I'll be talking about payware mods, I'll be talking about DDS, I'll be talking about contractors, subcontractors, what's new at night, and everything. So I'll be giving you a real insight this week. But as for today, thank you all for watching, guys. I'll see you all again tomorrow.